Hello, gorgeous, and welcome to this tapping on being in the home stretch of your wedding planning and having all of those feelings like, what am I forgetting? Or even just free floating anxiety, excitement, anticipation. Whereas for the past few months to like year over a year, however long you've been planning this thing, every time you felt that hit of like, oh God, the wedding, you've been able to channel it into some kind of like, oh, there's a checklist or there's an action that I can take. There's a vendor I can reach out to. And now that the big planning is kind of done and you're just kind of enjoying the next few, however much time you have left, whether it's a week or month or whatever, and you're maybe getting all your spa treatments, maybe family's coming into town, all of this stuff is happening, and it almost feels like you have stepped off of the ice skating rink and you've forgotten how to walk normally because it's just like, whoa, I've just been kind of zooming for so long. And there's still this time. It's almost like, I don't know if you've ever gotten like ready for a fancy night out and then you're just like dressed and you're like, okay, well, I guess I'll just answer a few emails. Or like it almost feels weird to think about doing anything else when this huge event is looming. And so I wanted to show you EFT tapping on this topic because I also think that this can be such a great time for you to do your own personalized daily tappings to really move through all of the amazing emotions that are going to come up in the next few days or the next few weeks. And yeah, tapping is such a great way to notice them and then not necessarily let them stop you and maybe even savor them and remember them because this is a really amazing time. And yeah, so if you've never tapped before, just follow along with me. Tap where I tap. I'll show you all of the points and you can just repeat after me. The reason that we talk when we tap is that we're trying to make an association with the challenges that we're feeling and the ways that we want to be. We're trying to associate that with the feeling of relaxation that the tapping will give you. And way more on that. If you're interested, I love talking about this, so feel free to ask me. But for now, let's start tapping on the side of the hand and we're gonna move through all the feels. Oh my God, it's happening. So repeat that. Oh my God, it's happening. And it almost feels surreal. I have spent so much time and energy planning this. Maybe even since before I got engaged. And it's coming up so close. And as my fantasy turns into a reality, there's some really strange feelings that are happening. Because I was only able to make one choice for each thing. And I really hope that I made the right ones. I hope that people have fun. And I hope that I have fun and my fiancé has fun. And I really hope that I'm not forgetting anything. And maybe part of what I'm worried about is that there's so much that I could never anticipate that might actually happen. And I have to be ready for all of it. Now that I've done all the planning, it's time to make space for the surprises. And I'm so ready to do that. Okay, so take a deep breath in and release it. And now we're gonna start basically the full tapping. And so just real quick, the points are top of the head, start of the eyebrow, side of the temple, top of the cheekbone, underneath your nose, on your chin, collarbones, side of the rib cage. You can do 2 if you want. And then you'll tap your wrists together. And that's 1 round. We're going to repeat as we talk more about what is coming up for us. So let's get started. It is so on. I feel like on those cooking shows, when I've just been rushing around the kitchen and sauteing this and cutting that. And then the judges yell time, and I just have to put my hands up. And I really hope that this dish is the bomb. Because it so represents who we are as a couple. So it almost feels like it's not just a dish or an event or whatever. It's almost us that people are going to be looking at. And I know how awesome we are as a couple. So I just hope this event does us justice. And even though I'm having so many feelings about this, I choose to love, accept, and forgive myself. Because nobody talks about what this is like. So maybe I feel like I'm the only one having these feelings. Maybe I don't think anyone else has anxiety or frustration or confusion. And maybe I'm judging myself because I think I'm just supposed to be excited. And even though I might be judging myself, I choose to love and accept myself for that too. The truth is, I feel so many emotions that it's hard to choose just one. I do feel excitement. And I feel proud. I feel a little bit shy and self-conscious. Maybe I feel angry and annoyed at certain people. And maybe I feel really humbled by the love and support that I'm getting. All of these feelings are zooming around on my insides. And I feel like I have no way to channel them. Because maybe I've never done this before. And even if I have, it's been quite rare, unless I'm Elizabeth Taylor. And so I can let myself be a beginner as a bride. And I can let myself be open to all of the surprises along the way. Even though I'm not sure what the next few days will hold, and that makes me more anxious than I'd like to admit, I choose to love, accept, and forgive myself. And I choose to focus on connection and taking amazing care of myself. And being super present for all of the chaos. And maybe even laughing at whatever snafu might happen. I'm here for all of it. And I'm so excited to see how everything unfolds. From our beautiful ceremony to getting freaky on the dance floor, I am going to be so grateful for all of it. And I can just see myself laughing hysterically and maybe even tearing up at how connected I feel. And right now I can feel my feet on the ground. I feel myself being a human and not just a bride-to-be. And that feels really refreshing. Because I am a bride-to-be, which is amazing. But I'm also gloriously human. And I can remember to drink my water and get my sleep as much as possible and hug my friends and do all the things that make me feel human. Even approaching the most special week of my life. All right. So let me know how that felt. I'm sure that there were a lot of things that might have come up for you during that tapping. Maybe some of the things you resonated with, maybe some weren't quite you, but you were like, hey, I'll try this on, whatever. Kind of like when you're trying on wedding dresses and they're like, oh, make sure you see if a few things out of your preferences actually end up looking amazing on you. But yeah, that was tapping. So if you want to carry this into your next few days, weeks, whatever you have, you can even wake up in the morning or before bed or whenever you have 2 minutes, just check in with how you're feeling and literally talk about it while you're tapping on the points. And you can be like, I feel so scattered. And then you just talk about it, and the key phrase here is, even though I feel blank, I choose to love, accept, and forgive myself. And so you're going to talk about feeling scattered or feeling crunched for time or feeling anxious or feeling so amped up or feeling like you can't sleep, all of those things. And you just talk about the problem, where it's showing up for you, maybe even some metaphors. And then you talk about how you want to feel. As you're doing the full round of tapping, you're going to be talking about, even though this is true for me right now, I know that it's possible to feel X, Y, and Z. And then as you tap, you can start to notice what posture you would have if that were true. And you can really start to embody the kind of bride and human that you want to be. And yeah, I just wanted to show you this because it's such an easy tool, and it's something that you can do even in 2 minutes, even though we spent, 10 or 15 on this one. I've literally tapped in the car, in the passenger seat for like 2 minutes when I was starting to worry about being late. Like, you can just fit it in wherever it fits. You don't even have to say the words. Even just making the tapping motions is going to reduce your stress. And if you are anything like I was when I was getting married, that is going to be so important throughout the beautiful wedding festivities. So, okay, I'm not going to take up too much of your time. Congratulations, and I'm so excited to hear how this felt for you. Okay, bye.